our existing workspace that creates work orders. It writes to an on-prem Postgres database and updates a parcel map in ArcGIS. And in a few minutes, we're going to make this MCP ready. So right now, the workflow ends in an email, but I'm going to replace that with an MCP writer. And the new MCP writer returns a message to the client after a tool runs. So this could be a status, a summary, a data set, or any other kind of response. And when I add the writer, FME flags this workspace as an MCP tool. So we're going to get this warning about user parameters because some types might not work with MCP. We can also choose just a local folder for testing. You always want to test before going live. And before it's added, we decide what kind of response this tool should return. So that could be images, resources, text, or embedded content. Today, I'm choosing structured content, which is JSON with values from our workflow. The writer expects just one feature called JSON content, so we'll build that next. And to do that, I'm going to use the new JSON object builder transformer, which just turns your attributes into JSON super easily. And this is where I'm just going to choose what the client gets back. And for this tool, I want that to be a map link, parcel ID, and work order ID from upstream. I don't need to expose every attribute. I just want to return the field the client actually needs. And I'll set the output attribute to JSON content so that it connects cleanly to our MCP writer. So now the structured output is done. Let's check the inputs. So user parameters become MCP tool inputs. So simple types are best here, like text and numbers, Booleans, dates. Even drop-down menus work as long as the client knows the allowed values, and we'll handle that with descriptions. So everything looks good. Let's test this workspace locally first so we get an idea of what our output looks like. So I'll create a work order for pothole repair. Like I said, this is just a test run to verify those outputs are what we expect from the workflow. And it creates some JSON, and this is the JSON the MCP client will eventually receive, because that's all it is underneath. And you can see a couple sections here, and inside we have our attribute values from our workspace. So that looks great. That's what I want in a conversation. So let's publish this to FME Flow. Nothing special here. We're just going to publish it as normal. Even the job submitter service, that's perfect here. So now we can switch over to FME Flow. And in FME Flow, you can see MCP servers from the normal sidebar menu here. And a single Flow instance can host multiple MCP servers, each with multiple tools, and you can organize them by domain or user group, whatever you like. And in this case, we're going to create a new MCP server. I'll title it Municipal Work Orders. And the server description tells the client what this group of tools is for. So this part is important. I'll leave it unauthenticated for now. Now Flow generates the URL, and this is the link that clients use to connect to our MCP server. But first we need to create some tools. So I'll call our tool the Create Work Order tool. And remember, the client cannot see this workspace underneath. It can only see these names, descriptions, and inputs. So in the description, we have to tell the client when to use the tool and what it should expect back, any other relevant information. And here I'll select the workspace that we just published. And you can see this new little icon here flags it as MCP because we added that writer. Next, let's look at our user parameters. So our job here is to describe each field. So for parcel ID, I'll provide the proper formatting to the agent. For urgency, I'm going to provide the allowed values. That was our drop-down menu. And for requester name, I'll tell the client to ask instead of guessing here. Don't hallucinate in that part. And that's really the pattern throughout. Define the field, provide the constraints, and tell the client when it needs more information. So once I save, this workspace is now live as an MCP tool. So let's try it out. So for the client today, I'm using Claude. And most clients have settings where you can connect MCP servers. And in this case, I'm just going to add a new configuration or entry to our configuration field. And this will let Claude connect using our URL that we generated on FME Flow. So we'll just copy this and paste it in. This will look different depending on your client, but this is Claude's way. Once it's saved, we can just restart to apply that update. So now Claude can see our MCP server, and we can see it here. That is our FME Flow MCP server, along with any tools that we've published. So let's start a chat. We'll create a high priority sidewalk repair for parcel 1188, but I'll leave out my name and I'll format that parcel wrong on purpose. Loading the tools. And because of our great tool descriptions, Claude actually caught that. So this is like an extra validation step in our process. So I'll now supply my name. And when Claude runs this tool, FME runs the workspace that we just looked at and built in the background. And just like that, we get our results, which look pretty good. You can see here in the attributes that Claude actually corrected my formatting error there. So let's verify those results in our ArcGIS web map. Here's our parcel. And we can see our new work order with the information from our conversation. So underneath all of this, FME is still treating the tool call as a standard flow job. So we can actually see it in our job history here. Here are the inputs sent from Claude. And we have all of our processing details underneath. The only difference is how this job started, and it was triggered through MCP.